Hello, this is Jeff Kelly, and in this video today, I want to answer the question, how will bankruptcy affect your cosigner? When you come into my office, we're going to shoot straight with you and tell you the truth. If you file a Chapter 13 or Chapter 7, it could negatively affect the credit score for your cosigner. Most bankruptcy attorneys will not tell you this. I recently engaged in a Facebook conversation on this topic with a lot of my colleagues across the country. And I'm very grateful for their very honest and open answers. But the truth is, most bankruptcy attorneys aren't going to touch this because it might keep a person from filing bankruptcy. And personally, I think it's much better to be open and honest about how it's going to affect your cosigner, because in most cases that I see, the cosigner is usually a close friend or a relative. Now, one of the common questions we get is, well, do I have to even notify my cosigner if I file a bankruptcy? And the answer is yes. The bankruptcy code requires it. We have to list their name. We have to list their address. And, even if you were dumb enough to try to violate the bankruptcy code and expose yourself to, problems with the trustee, they're still going to find out because everything's computerized. So, as soon as you file a bankruptcy case, it's all part of the computerized PACER system, and creditors know, and they will instantly, bam, hit your cosigner's credit. Now, there is a thing called the cosigner protection provision. And basically, if you exercise that and we come up with a Chapter 13 plan where we're going to pay all of the cosign debt along with applicable contract interest, your cosigner will be protected from lawsuits. They'll be protected from phone calls and harassments. And then a lot of people will falsely assume that it is also going to protect the cosigner's credit rating, and that is not true. How bad will bankruptcy hurt your cosigner's credit? Well, the truth is, we really don't know until after the case is filed. That's the truth. I think it's much better to have that conversation beforehand. You may have heard that phrase, it's much better to get forgiveness than permission. Baloney. Whoever came up with that ought to be slapped. I'm telling you from personal experience. It's much better to be open and honest. That's a core value of my law firm. If you want to see proof of it, go check out my Google reviews. We've got great Google reviews. All my staff, top to bottom, we're going to shoot straight with you. We're going to tell you the truth. Now, is there anything that a cosigner can do if they know ahead of time, hey, somebody's about to file bankruptcy and they're going to hurt my credit? What can I do as a cosigner? Well, the options aren't too good. Number one, you could pay the debt off completely, 100 cents on the dollar, bam, your credit will be protected. Pay it off, it's not going to be part of the bankruptcy. Another thing a cosigner could do is get the debt refinanced into their name 100% only. Now, how likely is a creditor going to be willing to do that? How likely are they going to let go of someone? No, they're not going to do that. That's just not going to happen. Maybe if you're putting some more cash down or some type of incentive for them to do it, but creditors love to get their claws into two people. Now, I've seen it where, people do get mad about, their cosigner filing for bankruptcy. And I would like to say something to all the cosigners out there, the cosigners of the world. Number one, look, you made a mistake. You co-signed for a loan. You shouldn't have. You did it for whatever reason. And, I'm sorry, it stinks. But, is it worth ruining a relationship with a friend or family member because your credit score is going to get damaged? I mean, come on. Think, people. Come on. Mercy is a good thing. Take a look at in the book of James, chapter 2, I think it's 2:13. Be merciful. If you don't show mercy, don't expect any mercy to be shown to you. Ouch. It's good. Mercy's a good thing. Another thing I want to point out is when somebody has to file bankruptcy, and in 99% of the cases, it's not their fault. For example, this whole COVID-19 thing, who saw this coming? How many millions of people have lost their jobs because of it? It's not their fault. Life happens. Sorry your cosigner let you down, but they really didn't mean to. I see a lot of cases where, one spouse leaves, the other spouse left with a big pile of debts and a bunch of kids to raise all by themselves. It's not their fault. Things get rough. I've seen a lot of cases where people have had, some serious medical issues like cancer and car wrecks and so forth, and they get damaged, they miss work, and the medical bills pile up. Things happen. Be merciful, be graceful. And lastly, if anybody ever asks you to co-sign for a loan for them, don't do it. Run. Give them everything you own because you know what you're giving. But don't co-sign for a loan because you don't know what those potential circumstances might be. And again, if all they're doing is filing Chapter 13 and paying the debt off at 100 cents on the dollar, consider yourself blessed. Very, very blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in here today. I've got a website, kellycanhelp.com. I've got a lot of blogs on there, a lot of information. I've got a free book about Chapter 13 and Chapter 7. If you know anyone who you think might need it, please call our office and get a copy. We'll send you a physical copy while supplies last. We always have digital copies. If you give us your email, we can email it to you immediately. And I've also got some podcasts at kellybankruptcy.com. Thank you so much. If you need to reach out to us, we're at 770-881-8449. Thank you.